jealousy, but when you know you can't level up to a certain situation.
Ken, you say you a man's man, but you choose to use Marque'S children against him and taunt him about his own children. Well, I say it's child's play. Let's talk about it.
The views expressed in this video are for entertainment purposes only. All commentary is alleged.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
He was talking about blended families. And when two people are helping raise a family, one person may be picking up, the other person may be leaving on. So, yeah, I think some of the words are you owe that man a thank you.
Yeah, because I'm a man. I take care of everything. I want to call it jealousy, but when you know you can't level up to a certain situation.
Well, Ken, to be fair, guys, just be fair.
You feel like you need to tell Ken what the ex said?
Absolutely.
What the ex say? We all want to know.
It's probably nothing I haven't heard already.
Yeah, we want to know.
In our conversation, let me know that there was a pre-relationship.
So Marque'S seemed to be adamant about Ken pursuing his wife while they were still together, living in the home together. And he's upset that Ken is living in the house with his children. He's upset about a lot of things. Now, I don't know the ins and outs, but I do know this past weekend that Ken, Trish, and Marque'S were going back and forth on social media. Now, I don't know how it got started. I have my own theories, and I do know that it did get really, really ugly. And one of the things that made Marque'S stop and think is that he mentioned his children on social media. It wasn't anything bad, but he just regretted that he brought his children into the whole conversation. Marque'S took to Instagram and said, I want to publicly apologize for my actions earlier today on social media. This has affected so many people on all sides, and I want nothing more than to bring peace and clarity. I should have never brought my children into this mess in public space. I take full accountability for letting my emotions get the best of me. To the mother of my children, my son and daughter, I sincerely apologize. This is not easy, but someone has to be the voice of reason. Thank you to Nana for praying over me, and thank you to Pops for watching over me. And so the next day, Trish, she took to Instagram, and this is what she said. I think it's only right that I apologize to my kids and family only. I'm not even big on social media, so for the dumb ones in the back, I did not start it. I have been poked and poked behind the scenes and on social media for days until I punched back. Every time I do, the oh, woe is me. The victim card is played. Then I look like the bad person. I'm not even going to lie. When provoked and pushed, my mouth is ruthless, but I should have just kept ignoring it. Sorry, at Dark Skin Ken, I should have just listened to you and not responded. So a few minutes after Trish made that post, Dark Skin Ken came back and said, pay attention to the last part. I've always been the bigger person trying to keep things from blowing up, especially for the kids' sake. Y'all have selective hearing because I've been saying the same SHIT from the beginning. So when Ken says pay attention to the last part, this is what he's talking about. When Trish says sorry at Dark Skin Ken, I should have just listened to you and not responded. But here's my problem, Dark Skin Ken. You say that you're the bigger person, and you say you've always been the person trying to keep things from blowing up, especially for the kids' sake. And then he said that y'all. Who is y'all? Are you talking to the people that's on social media that's listening to what you put out here? Y'all have selective hearing because I've been saying the same SHIT from the beginning. It ain't no y'all have selective hearing. And for Trish to sit up and talk about the dumb ones in the back, I did not start it. If there is no dumb ones in the back, it's the dumb one in the front, and that's you and Ken, because you all are the ones that's putting this stuff out here. And if people want to comment on it, that's their prerogative. There is no dumb ones in the back, Trish. The only dumb one is you for sitting up allowing Ken to taunt your ex-husband, to taunt your estranged husband about his own children. You are the dumb one. You are the dumb one in the back, front, side, beginning and end. You are the dumb one everywhere. Because you cannot tell people that they're dumb just because you saying that you didn't start something. You may or not have started, but you continuing to contribute to it. If you were the one, Trish, who put that picture out of your daughter and your boyfriend, Ken, dark-skinned Ken, embracing in front of that mailbox. You put that out there. Now you calling somebody else dumb, and you taunting your estranged husband with those pictures and all of this foolishness, but you calling someone else dumb. And then Ken gonna talk about people have selective hearing. No, we can hear quite clearly, and we can see clearly too that you are taunting this man. Not only did you say the day before that you were the one always trying to be the bigger purse and that you always trying to keep things from blowing up, but the next day you posted a picture of you walking out of your door with a cup that says #1 dad. And I guess you thought about it, so you deleted it really quick. But you didn't delete it quick enough because someone found it. And we already know it was Trish over there that was recording this stuff. So do not tell us that you're the bigger one and you continue to try to harass, to taunt this man about his own kids. You are wrong for that. I don't care what nobody say. You are wrong. If you're the bigger man, if you are the provider and you do everything you say you do, leave this man alone about his children. You are wrong for that. And if it had been my children, you would have had a big time problem, and you would not have continued to mess with me about my kids. I guarantee you that. And then Trish, and there's no way that no one should be allow anyone to disrespect their children's parents. No one. I don't even care. In the situation with Martell and Coleslaw, no, I wouldn't want my kids nowhere around that bird because she got a big foul mouth, and Melody has every right to say I want them around her foul mouth. Not because she had an affair with Martell and she was a side chick for years, but because I want them around that foolishness. I don't want them around people that curse and that has this low vibrational, her standards, her moral compass is off. No, I wouldn't want my kids around her. If Melody had a new man in her life, foul as Martell is, I don't think that Melody would allow another man to disrespect that man regarding his children. Even though he called himself a good dad and he called himself the dominant parent, but he's none of that. Even though he's none of that, I still don't think that he deserved for some man to taunt him about his own kids. I don't know what's wrong with Ken, and I don't know what's wrong with Trish. Maybe y'all exercise too much. Your body might look good and all that, but your mind is just on the other side of town when it comes to reality, when it comes to how you need to deal with your co-parenting situation with Marque'S. So if anybody should be trying to make peace with this man about his children, it should be you, Trish. But you egging Ken on, and he foolish enough to go along with this stuff. He just better be glad he don't have no biological kids someone can taunt him about, because we know that Marque'S told us that Ken had already been in a relationship for 10 years. And although Ken didn't have any biological children with that woman, he claimed the lady's daughter was his child. But I don't know about that, Ken. I don't know what kind of relationship you do still have with the daughter of your ex. But the bottom line to me is, just like you walked out on that woman with that daughter, Marque'S walked out on Trish with those 2 kids, but that still should not have anything to do with his position as a father. And I don't care if you do take her to dance. I don't care about none of that. That's good. That's fine. But disrespecting this man about his children, a whole different ball game. So again, I really don't know how it got started. In my opinion, Trish got very upset when Marquez did the interview with Dr. Heavenly and Carlos, and in that interview, Marquez said that when he was in his 20s, think about this, when he was in his 20s, he would go to his friend's house, talking to them about how much he hated his wife. And I guarantee you, that was the first time that Trish heard Marquez has hated her for that long. And they really had just gotten married in their 20s. I know she was like 18 or 19, but in your 20s, well, I mean, it took a while, but he said he really hated his wife. And I think that struck a chord with Trish because now, but she had some very harsh things to say about Marquez. She said, she tagged dark skinned Ken and she said, got me out here on this good Saturday. I'm done with this BS until, enjoy your Sabbath, little BIH. And then she tagged at Mr. Make It Happen 365. Then she posted a picture with Ken and her daughter, real fathers, real men. And she got some exclamation points up here. And she said, at dark skinned Ken, again, real fathers, real men. Basically saying Marquez is not a real man because he's not a father. And then she goes on to say, at dark skinned Ken, thanks, babe, for being that guy. DNA doesn't make you a parent. Your present efforts and actions do. But she dragging Ken in on this. And she got Ken thinking that he really that guy. And they fooling each other, if you ask me. Because these two acting like this, there could be no honor among thieves. He's a cheater. He know this woman married. He living with this woman and her children, turning the estranged husband. All of that is disrespectful. So Trish reposted what Marquez, he posted, ain't no love in this marriage. And she reposted. And then she said, then he said on his post, this is Marquez, that is, Trish Annette, yes, that Dr. Heavenly interview is where you messed up. Now I'm about to air your whole family business and you and your friends' business. It's go time. So this is probably where she got upset too. But I think it all started when Marquez said that he hated her and he would go around and he would even go to his friends talking about how much he actually hated his wife. And then he says, this is Marquez, no worries. God got me. Hashtag my truth. Hashtag your reality. And pray for our children. So she got mad about that. That may be why she really started this whole thing. But again, I think she's upset because Marquez told the world that he hated his wife. Oh, and then she says, oh, I am, girl. Trust me, calling Marquez a girl. Don't start ish you can't finish, little girl. It's at Mr. Make It Happen 365 at Dark Skin Ken. Then she tagged Dark Skin Ken. In what I believe is an effort for her and Ken to seem like they teamed up against Marquez and to send the message to Marquez that it's me and Ken against you. So you on the outside, we over here living our best life, leave us alone. But it don't work like that because that man got 2 kids, live with you, Trish, and Ken, and you guys have to co-parent, whether you like it or not. But that's all I have for this video. Please drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Ken is wrong for taunting this man about his children, walking out that house with a cup that says #1 dad? What do you think about how Trish is handling this whole co-parenting situation between her and Marquez? Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day. And remember, I am Aris. Please support the channel, like, share, and subscribe.